Learn English through movies and TV series. Address at podcast for a 1 to a 2 learners. What if I told you that watching Netflix could actually improve your English? I'm serious. Today, we're going to explore how movies and TV shows can become your personal English teachers. And the best part? You already know how to watch TV, so you're halfway there. I'm your host. And for the next 30 minutes, we'll discover simple techniques that real language learners use every day. Whether you love Friends, Harry Potter, or Disney movies, this episode will show you exactly how to turn entertainment into education. So grab your notebook, get comfortable, and let's begin. Segment 1. Why movies and TV work. Think about how you learned your first language. Nobody gave you grammar books when you were 2 years old, right? You learned by listening, watching, and copying what people around you said. Movies and TV shows work the same way for learning English. When you watch a show, you hear real conversations, not the formal sentences from textbooks that nobody actually uses in Friends. When Joey says, "How you doing?" He's not following grammar rules, but millions of English speakers understand exactly what he means. That's real English. Your brain loves patterns. Every time you hear "I'm going to" in different situations, your brain starts to understand when and how to use it. You don't need to memorize rules about future tense. After hearing it 50 times in your favorite show, you'll just know it feels right. Let me tell you about Maria from Brazil. She watched The Office every day for 3 months. At first, she understood maybe 10%. But something interesting happened. Without studying grammar, she started using phrases like "that's what she said" and "bears, beets, Battlestar Galactica" in conversations. Were these useful phrases? Maybe not, but she was speaking naturally with confidence, and that opened the door to real communication. Visual learning makes everything stick better. When you see someone's face while they speak, you understand emotions and meaning beyond just words. If someone says "great" with a smile, it means something different than "great" with an eye roll. Movies show you this difference every single time. According to Cambridge University research from 2021, students who used video content for 30 minutes daily improved their listening skills 40% faster than those using audio only. The combination of sound, image, and context creates what researchers call multisensory learning. Your brain creates stronger memories when multiple senses work together. Segment 2. Choosing the right content now in Word. Before you jump into watching Inception or Interstellar, let's talk about choosing the right content for your level. This part is crucial because the wrong choice can make you want to give up. For A1 beginners, animation is your best friend. Not just kids shows, though those work great too. Movies like Finding Nemo, Toy Story, or Frozen use clear pronunciation and simple vocabulary. The characters speak slowly because they're designed for children who are still learning language themselves. Plus, animated faces exaggerate emotions, making it easier to understand feelings and reactions. A two learners, you're ready for sitcoms. Shows like Friends, How I Met Your Mother, or Modern Family are perfect. Each episode is about 20 minutes, so you won't get tired. They repeat situations and jokes, which helps you learn common phrases. And here's a secret. Sitcoms use the same locations over and over: Monica's apartment, the coffee shop, Ted's bar. Familiar settings help you focus on language instead of trying to understand where everyone is. One student from Japan, Takeshi, started with Peppa Pig. Yes, the children's cartoon. He watched 5-minute episodes every morning with breakfast. After 2 months, he moved to Friends. After 6 months, he was watching The Crown. The progression felt natural because he built confidence slowly. Choose topics you actually care about. Love cooking? Watch MasterChef or The Great British Baking Show. Into sports? Try Ted Lasso or Remember the Titans. When you're interested in the subject, you pay attention naturally. You're not forcing yourself to study. You're enjoying content that happens to be in English. Here's something most teachers won't tell you. It's okay to watch the same thing multiple times. In fact, it's better. The first time, you understand the story. The second time, you catch phrases you missed. The third time, you're practically memorizing dialogue without trying. My personal record? I've watched the pivot scene from Friends probably 50 times, and now I use that word perfectly in conversation. Segment 3, the subtitle strategy. Let's talk about subtitles because this is where most learners make mistakes. There's actually a science to using subtitles effectively, and I'm going to share the three-stage method that language schools in Sweden use. Sweden has some of the best English speakers in the world, and they've been using this technique for decades. Stage 1. Native language subtitles. Yes, start with subtitles in your own language. Watch and enjoy the show while your ears get familiar with English sounds. Don't feel guilty about this. You're training your brain to connect English sounds with meaning, even if that meaning comes through translation first. Do this for your first viewing of anything new. Stage 2. English subtitles. This is where magic happens. You see and hear English at the same time. Your reading supports your listening. When someone says, "I should have gone," you see, "I should have gone" written out. You learn that spoken English contracts words, but you understand the full form. This stage usually lasts the longest, maybe 3 to 6 months for most learners. Stage 3. No subtitles. Scary? Sure. But by now you know these characters. You know their voices, their favorite phrases, their jokes. You're ready. Start with episodes you've already watched with subtitles. You'll surprise yourself with how much you understand. Anna from Germany told me she discovered something interesting. She watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine with English subtitles for months. One day, Netflix glitched and subtitles wouldn't load. She kept watching anyway and understood almost everything. The subtitles had been like training wheels on a bicycle. She didn't realize she didn't need them anymore until they were gone. Here's a practical tip. Pause and repeat. When you hear a useful phrase, pause the video. Say it out loud 3 times. I'm running late. I'm running late. I'm running late. Feel how your mouth moves. This isn't just listening practice anymore. It's speaking practice. Professional interpreters use this technique called shadowing to perfect their pronunciation. Don't skip the intro songs. The Big Bang Theory theme song taught thousands of people the word bang and the phrase whole universe. Money Heist's Bella Ciao helped viewers remember Italian resistance history while learning Spanish theme songs repeat every episode, giving you free pronunciation practice with rhythm and melody helping memory. Segment 4. Active watching techniques. Passive watching is when you just sit there letting English wash over you. It helps a little, but active watching is where real learning happens. Let me share 5 techniques that transform TV time into study time without making it boring. First, the prediction game. Pause before someone answers a question. What will they say? Even if you're wrong, you're thinking in English. You're creating sentences. That's production practice, not just comprehension. In romantic comedies, this works especially well because responses are often predictable. I love you too, or we need to talk appear in every single 1 second. Character journals. Pick your favorite character. Write 5 sentences about what they did in each episode. Simple sentences are fine. Rachel worked at the coffee shop. She served coffee to customers. She was not happy. She wanted a different job. Ross came to see her. That's perfect. A 2 writing practice and you're summarizing plot at the same time. Third, the emotion mirror. This sounds silly but works incredibly well. Copy characters' facial expressions while they speak. When Ross says, "We were on a break," make the same frustrated face. Your brain connects emotion, expression, and language together. Actors learning accents use this exact technique. You're not just learning words, you're learning how English speakers express feelings. Fourth, dialogue hunting. Choose one phrase to listen for in each episode. Maybe "I think," or "what if," or "supposed to." Every time you hear it, make a mark. You'll start noticing patterns. "Supposed to" almost always comes with "be" before it. "I think" often starts sentences, but sometimes appears in the middle. This focused listening trains your ear to catch specific sounds in natural speech. Fifth, the 1 minute recap. After each episode, record yourself explaining what happened in 1 minute. Use your phone's voice recorder. Don't script it, just talk. The first time will be terrible, that's normal. By the 10th episode, you'll be amazed at your improvement. Save these recordings. Listening to your progress is incredibly motivating. Carlos from Mexico used these techniques with The Good Place. He started barely able to describe basic plot points. 6 months later, he was explaining philosophical concepts from the show in English. He said the key was consistency. 20 minutes every single day beats 3 hours once a week. Segment 5. Building vocabulary. Naturally. Vocabulary from movies sticks because you see it in action. When someone says, "I'm swamped" while surrounded by paperwork, you don't need a dictionary. You see they're overwhelmed with work. Context teaches you better than definitions ever could. Keep a phrase collector, not a word list. Don't write "angry." Write "I'm so mad I could scream," with a note about who said it and why. These complete phrases are ready to use. You won't stand there trying to construct sentences. You'll have templates ready to go. Pay attention to small words that change everything. "Get up" versus "get over" versus "get through" mean completely different things. Movies show you these differences in real situations. When someone says "get over it" to dismiss someone's problem, you learn not just meaning but also tone and appropriateness. TV shows repeat vocabulary naturally. Medical shows use "patient," "symptoms," "diagnosis" constantly. Legal shows repeat "objection," "evidence," "testimony." Choose a genre and you'll master that field's vocabulary without flashcards. A Korean student watched 5 seasons of Grey's Anatomy and scored 95% on medical English terminology in her nursing program. Notice how characters of different ages and backgrounds speak differently. Teenagers in Stranger Things don't talk like adults in Downton Abbey. This teaches you register, which means choosing appropriate language for different situations. You learn when "hey, what's up" works and when "good morning, how are you" is better. Here's what nobody tells you about learning from movies. You'll learn wrong things too, and that's actually fine. You might pick up regional accents, slang that's outdated, or grammar that's technically incorrect. But native speakers make these same mistakes all the time. Language is about communication, not perfection. If someone understands when you say, "I ain't got no time for that," you've succeeded, even if your grammar teacher would cringe. Segment 6. Making it stick. Watching is just step 1. To really own this new language, you need to use it. Join online communities discussing your favorite shows. Reddit has communities for everything. Write simple comments like, I love this episode, or why did she do that? You're practicing written English with people who share your interests. Find a watching buddy, someone else learning English who loves the same shows. Message each other predictions before watching new episodes. I think Jim will finally propose to Pam. Share favorite quotes. Explain confusing cultural references to each other. This social element makes learning sustainable long-term. Set realistic goals. One episode daily is better than entire seasons on weekends. Your brain needs time to process and consolidate what you've learned. Sleep actually helps lock in new vocabulary, but only if you're not overwhelming your brain with too much at once. So here's your homework, and yes, I'm actually telling you to watch TV. Pick one show that interests you. Watch one episode 3 times this week. Once with native language subtitles, once with English subtitles, and once with no subtitles. Notice how your understanding changes. Which show are you going to start with? Leave a comment and tell me why you chose it. I read every single comment and love seeing what everyone's watching. Remember, every native English speaker learned their language by listening and copying. You're not cheating by using entertainment to learn. You're following the most natural path to fluency. Movies and TV shows give you real English, cultural context, and actually enjoyable practice time. Subscribe if this helped you, and I'll see you next week when we explore how video games can boost your English conversation skills. Yes, gaming counts as studying now. Until then, happy watching. And remember, every episode you understand is proof that you're improving. Keep watching, keep learning, and keep enjoying the journey.